the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the Midwest Dirt Racing Series UMP Modifieds, Volusia Speedway Park Championship Night. 2 drivers in the hunt for the title tonight. 10 points separate Cooper and Boyd coming in, so the champion will come out of the 21 car or out of the 9, depends on how they finish this evening. And with a small field like they have tonight, I think it's going to be hard for Cooper to catch him. He's going to have to win it and hope that Boyd has some problems. Going to welcome to the booth my good friend Cody Olson. Cody, what are you up to, buddy?
Oh, not much. What are you up to tonight, Roger? I just got done admitting another series before this.
Well, I was making steaks out on the grill, and I'm a little lethargic tonight, but I'm going to do my best to be hyped up for this thing. Hello, Robert Hoskins. See you in the chat. Just got about 30 seconds till we head down for pre-race ceremonies, and these guys are going to get to our heat races, but should be an exciting one even with a limited amount of cards with only 10 points separating the 2 at the top. Drivers in the warm-up. They're about to conclude that, go to their pre-race drivers meeting. While they do that, we will let our friends, the Foley Boys, give us our invocation, our national anthem. When we come back, we'll have the first of 2 heat races.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, as always, big thank you to the Foley boys. New music coming out from Reed Foley, dropping on the 21st. So get to Spotify, find him, and pre-save that. If you're over on iTunes, go ahead and hit the pre-order button. Good music. I got to hear a snippet of it, so pretty good stuff. Let's get ready to head it down. Trackside, get into heat race number 1 starting lineup. It will look just like this. It's going to be the 9 of Colby Cooper on the pole for heat number 1. Colt Collins, the 94 car, will start to his outside. Peter Brees in the 74, a Team Outlaw Motorsports entry, starts inside row number 2. Next to independent driver, the 43, and league admin, Reed Arundel. And your back row inside, going to be Andrew Humphreys, the 31, and Jacob Schmutz in the 6. So, heat race points available. This could shake things a little bit, especially with Cooper starting on the pole. If he can hang on to win, he would close up the gap. And that would make it so that Boyd has to do something magical in his heat race just to keep pace. So we'll wait to see how it all plays out, but it's going to be moving parts all night long as those 2 cars are still racing. Only 5 of our 6 drivers, Jacob Schmutz, did not make the call for this first heat race. We'll see what that does to the driver of the 1J. No, he showed up a little late, so he may be relegated to starting way, way, way in the back of this thing when it comes feature time. But it is about time to drop the green. Championship night. Midwest Dirt Racing. These guys are going to take 2 or 3 weeks off. They'll be back first part of November with about a 12 or 14-week season, I've already been told. So, green flag in the air, heat number 1. Heading into turn number 1. Through turn number 2, and Cooper wasted no time grabbing the lead away from Brees. Going to have Colt Collins trying to settle into the 3rd spot, but he's side by side with Reed Rundle. They'll come out of 4. Cooper leads the first lap. Rundle does take 3rd behind Brees, and then Collins behind that. Here comes Humphrey. The 31 car working hard on the bottom now, has the spot by about 3/4 of a car heading into turn number 3. So he'll come around to complete the 2nd. Humphreys, I don't think he's going to be satisfied with just that one spot. He keeps that car rolling on the bottom. He's going to end up 3rd in this thing. That time, Rundle able to drive away just a little bit. But right at half a second between your leader and 2nd place, make it 6/10 at the line that time. I don't know, Cody, did you get your microphone back yet? He's still working on an update. Apparently an update started right after he joined us this evening, so he may be fun trying to get him back around for this. But 4 to go that time. Cooper, Brees, Rundle, Collins, Humphrey, and Schmutt's not on track, but he is shown in the lineup because he was scheduled to be in this one. Like I said, don't know what happened to Jacob. Usually doesn't miss the start of races, but you never know. Things could have been going on around the house. So Brees still here, trying to hold off Rundle. Rundle's closed the gap. Car length here, car length there, and now he's down to about 3 car lengths. And Cooper, vying for a championship, needed to make up 10 points. Both he and Boyd also about the only 2 guys, I think, in the running, unless something really drastic happens, for the cleanest driver award this season as well. So a good 0 incident night. And he may pick up one of those 2 titles, but right now a white flag for him out of turn number 4. Heat 1 almost in the books, and it has been Cooper from the drop. Brees has started to stretch back away from Rundle, and Rundle's got company right here on the last lap. Colt Collins looks to be going for the slider down here in 3 and 4. Was he close enough? Nah, I don't think so. Not gonna quite make it. Cooper wins it. Brees second, Rundle third, then Collins and Humphrey. So championship starting off without incident, as we will wait and hop down here, and we'll look at the starting lineup for heat number 2. Shane Yates on the pole, the 11 car, and on his outside, your points leader coming into the night. He drives the 21 Boyd Power Sports machine, and that is going to be Garrett Boyd. Buddy Ware, 17, late entry into the server this evening. Starts inside row number 2 next to Zach Krieger in the 35, and then Scott Bittinger, the 69, the sole car on the back. So another 5-car heat. Everybody going to the feature. I'm going to roll them off. Except for Shane Yates, who is having trouble finding first gear. Now, rolling that 11 car around, he'll get back up to the front row. You know, Robert, all it takes is seat time. I mean, it's like the man said, if you want to get to Carnegie Hall, practice, practice, practice. So we'll make one more slide around, and we'll get the green the next time out of turn number 4. Don't forget, like, share, follow. If you're on the Facebook page, come to the Dirt Racing Networks page. Don't know where you're watching from. It's been shared to a few pages. But come over there, give us a like, a share, and a follow. If you're on YouTube and Twitch, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Going to be at least 9 and working on 10 and 11 right now. Had some inquiries over the weekend for shows. So we are working on some of that. We'll see how many we get as we start to get into the colder part of the year. But heat number 2, championship night, MidWest Dirt Racing, UMP Modifieds, about to get underway out of turn number 4, just waiting on the green handkerchief. There it is. We are underway for the final heat of the evening. We go into 1 and 2 side by side. Oh, Yates got the car a little squirrely. Look what that does. That's going to let Boyd grab the lead. Cooper had made up all the points in the heat race. So it was 0-0 coming into this one. And now Boyd out in front. Buddy Ware slides up to the 2nd position. Scott Bittinger from 5th to 3rd, and he's working on 5th to 2nd right now in the span of 2 laps. As they come out of 3 and 4, Ware still by a nose. Bittinger, then Krieger. Yates having problems, and he's going to bring the 11 car in very quickly, having some kind of mechanical issue. We're going to go back here, watch this battle for the 2nd spot as they're side by side. Now Bittinger across the nose. Little bitty bit of contact right there. That sticks Ware back into the 3rd spot, just barely off the bumper of that 69 car. Boyd having his way. He's 1 full second out in front of these guys at the halfway point. Going to come around and get 3 to go this time. Krieger a good ways back. He's coming out of turn number 2. Your leader's in the middle of 3 and 4, so about 6.5 seconds. lap times in the 17-second bracket right now. 17:06 for your leader the last time by. Holding steady at a full second, Bittinger not closing the gap. Now closes down about a tenth and a half. Inside 2 to go. It's still Boyd, Bittinger, Ware, Krieger. Yates going to have to start deep in the A main, but that 11 car always fast. White flag in the air, and he'll stretch it back out if he can hang on for a lap, put it back at 10 points. So Cooper starting on the pole, winning his heat race, is nullified by Boyd starting on the outside of the front row. And going on to win his, he'll do just that as they come out of turn 4. Checks in the air. Boyd, Bittinger, Ware, Krieger. The top 4, and then Yates, who had mechanical problems early, and Krieger having all kinds of problems down 3 and 4 that time. Gets that 35 car across the line. So heat racing action has come to an end. I imagine these guys are going to have a B main just to have one. We'll look at the grid. It's supposed to be Collins and Krieger in row 1, Humphrey and Yates in row 2, and Schmutz should be joining the back. Well, we'll have to see who all gets out there. Shane Yates having all kinds of issues, but we'll see if he makes it out for the B main. Should be starting at the back of the A main, unless he could get in here and somehow win this, and then he'll start inside the front 3 rows, or inside 4th row for the feature. I'm going to guess Cody still don't have his stuff fixed, so he keeps popping in and out on me. So Mr. Olson, technical issues. Right now, I'm only seeing 3 drivers in this thing. Supposed to be 12 laps. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know where Yates' car sitting on pit road, but I do not know where Schmutz is at. I saw him show up late. Either way, easy peasy. Patrick, are you watching the race? Are you in the server watching as a spectator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Very good. Cody is having all kinds of issues apparently, and he is not a happy camper about it.
No, he's not. He's made that known.
Yeah, a little bit. But he said that you were here. So we'll watch the action, B main. And then these guys will probably have a few minutes of warm-up, and we'll pay a couple bills while they warm up as we get ready for tonight's championship feature. But right now, just 3 cars, and this is just a B main because they want one. It's a good thing for some of these guys. They do need some on-track time, I think, just to get used to the changing conditions. And since they run a fixed setup, some of these guys taking the time to figure out how the setup is going to handle through these changing conditions. But we should get a green flag right here out of turn number 4. Just waiting for the starter. There it is. The green flag out over this one. 12 laps the distance. Merely a formality as they go through 1 and 2. And Collins at 94 machine gingerly through 1 and 2. Humphrey's not being quite as, shall we say, careful about it. He is really pressing the issue. They're getting away from Krieger, so it'll be a 2-car race. Watching them down in turns 1 and 2. They are nose to tail, basically tire track for tire track. Got to figure out where your car can run. That's the biggest thing. You get out here for the feature. It's 30 laps long. And the track is going to change, but it is going to start off a tad slicker, so you better be able to figure out where you're going to run really quickly and very early if you're going to make any progress. It does get hard to pass, especially here at Volusia. Now, these two kind of in lockstep. I mean, they're about a car and a half apart. And it is lap time for lap time, basically, 41 and 42. This one may be a little different as a little bit of a gap starts to show now. Yeah, just a touch different that time, 42 to a 31. But they are just going to click them off. We'll jump back here real quick. We'll look at Shane Yates. Yates is up the third. He got out a lap down. Krieger has already taken the 35 car in. Yates maybe fixed his mechanical issues because it looks like he's rolling pretty good. 17:26 that last lap. Back to the front, going to be 5 to go this time around. And I think Humphreys kind of decided to settle in. He couldn't get the lead early. He's just going to follow Collins around. Just get to the end of it. He closes right up. Almost had the nose up under the back end of the 94 car right there. Now gives a little bit of a gap out of 2. Let's go watch Yates. He's closing in on these guys. A lap down as he got a late start getting out. But clicking off really fast lap times. Yeah, 54 that time. 66 for your leader. Now, Humphrey trying to make a move to the inside in 3 and 4. Showed him he could get there, but could not complete. As the outside line, just a little bit too much momentum this time. A little tappy tap. And a classy move there by the 31 to jump on his brakes and give the 94 time to recover. And he'll stay locked in behind. 2 to go this time. I think Humphreys has the faster car, just not in the right spots to make the move. Now drops it right to the bottom in turn number 4, pulls alongside on the white flag lap. And can the 31 get away down the backstretch? Not a chance. They're going to be dead even heading into 3 and 4. Who will it be at the line to win tonight's B-Main? With that slip, it looks like Collins will grab it by a car length. Humphreys was second, and then Yates rolls it around in the 3rd spot. So the field is set. The drivers are going to have a couple of minutes here, about 3. While they're doing that, we'll pay a quick bill. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, I think he's got. Yeah, I think it's shot. I think it's shot. Probably is what they're going to show up what they use in World War II. I can hear him right now. I'm not going to say it on stream, but I can hear him right now. Stupid headset, man. I'm done with these headsets. I think on a restart here, the bottom's pretty important, though. I think you get a better run in the bottom.
Green flag, green flag. Yeah, this has been awesome. Sorry. I was just saying this. Yeah, this has been awesome racing. Nothing, you can't ask for anything else, especially on a championship deciding night. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You can't hear me. Somehow my mic got turned off. You can't win a championship without winning the race. Am I wrong about that? I mean, I know you can, but, I mean, do you want to? No, you don't want to. But Boyd had a big slip right there, and he has fallen backwards. All the way back to the 6th spot. It is still Bittinger way out in front. That lead not shrinking one bit as Cooper keeping it right at a second. Ware about 8/10 off of him. And now Reed Rundle. Shane Yates starting to put some pressure on 3rd place Buddy Ware. They closed right up. Garrett Boyd had a slip a couple 3 laps ago down in 3 and 4, and he has fallen quite a ways back from these guys. Just needs to keep the car clean. You can see what he can do. But Scott Bittinger absolutely slaying these guys tonight. Did you get your stuff fixed, Cody?
I think so, but it's not letting me in the session.
Ooh, bad dog, no biscuit.
Yeah, it's been a good night for us all around, technically.
Yeah, I don't know how I got my mic turned off. I must have done it by accident when I was moving it to look somewhere else. I put my hand on it to keep it in front of my face when I turned my head, and I must have hit it earlier. All right, now still Scott Bittinger. He got the lead a few laps ago, probably about 4 or 5 laps in, and he has not looked back. We're down to 12 to go. 1.1 seconds, lead growing. Yates has cleared everybody into 3rd, finally got away from Rundle and Ware. Ware in between he and Reed Rundle. That's 4th and 5th, and Boyd back here in 6th, and Garrett Boyd about 3.7 seconds off the lead. And with a 10-point lead and Cooper running 2nd, that's enough positions. I think he can hang on to the title. Got Peter Brees in 7th. Colt Collins is 8th. Andrew Humphreys is 9th. Zach Krieger and Jacob Schmutz did not make the call. Neither car on the track. So only 9 of them out here. As we cross over to 10 to go. And it has been green from start to finish. Well, so far, at least from start to now. I'm imagining we're going to go to the finish because these cars are spread out enough. I don't think, unless somebody makes a self-inflicted mistake, that we're going to have contact between drivers for sure. As Rundle works the top side, now trying to get around Ware. Get up to 4th. Boyd is starting to close in on this battle right here. Watching the 17, the 43 side by side, and the 21 flashing in right there. He may make this 3 wide. Coming out of 2 as Ware had a problem on the bottom. That opens the door and lets Rundle by. Now off the top side, here comes Boyd. Boyd is going to clear Ware, and Boyd's going to immediately go on the attack and go after Reed Rundle. Down the back stretch, Rundle with a little momentum, a half a car ahead. Going into 3 and 4. This is a battle for 4th and 5th right now. 1 1/4 seconds. Bittinger's still out in front. And now Boyd with a slider line through 1 and 2. Can he hang on down the back stretch? Rundle got a great run coming down the hill out of 2. Now Cooper falling back further. Bittinger 1.37. out in front. So we're going to come around with 4 to go. Cooper still 2nd. Yates still 3rd, and Yates is about a full second behind Colby Cooper. And then is another second to Garrett Boyd in the 4th spot. Side by side for 5th and 6th. Ware and Rundle once again going at it. Oh, Ware's getting the bottom to work for him, as he is going to get the best of that battle right now going into 3 and 4. 3 to go this time by. 1.7 seconds. Scott Bittinger putting on a clinic tonight. He is going to get the Popsicle 6. 2 to go this time by. Cooper still in 2nd. Yates is closing, but I think time is up. Oh, caution as Buddy Ware. Looks like he is going to be our caution. And we'll have a green-white checker. He'll bunch everybody back up. Let's see what happened here. Did he catch the inside by himself? He's going to catch these tires right here. Yes, he did. Got a little too close to the inside wall, left front. Got that barrier right there. And around he goes.
Those yellow tires to that entrance will get you.
Yeah, especially when you want to just keep scraping them and scraping. He was trying to knock the color off the letters on those tires on the left side. So that'll tighten everything up. It was 1 3/4 seconds for Bittinger out over Cooper. And Cooper was starting to get reeled in by the 11 of Yates. With a green-white checker, I know they'll start single file, but that puts everybody right back on top of everybody. So Bittinger, Cooper, Yates, Boyd in fourth, then Rundle, Brees, Collins, Humphrey, and Ware. Buddy Ware tag in the back. I'm sure that the suspension on that car is messed up pretty good, so that thing might be a handful, but we're going to keep our eyes at the front and see. I don't think there's enough positions between the 9 of Cooper and the 21 of Boyd to affect the outcome of the championship, unless somehow Cooper wins it and Boyd ends up with a DNF in these last 2 laps. But the lights go off on the pace truck. We're going to go back to green. Single file on the restart. This could get pretty hectic.
Should be pretty interesting.
Especially with the trophy on the line.
Now, you know Cooper would like to put a stamp on the season and finish out with a win. And I know Bittinger, I don't believe Scott has won this particular season. I know he won in the street stocks last season, but I know he would like to put his name into the record books as well. Bittinger's on the throttle, green flag in the air. Everybody a little squirrely, especially the 17 at the back. He crawls the fence. We're not going to get a caution for that, I promise. He'll get that thing out of the way, but Bittinger with a great run down the backstretch stretches it out to half a second. Here comes Yates. 4 second, slides it in, gets into the back of Bittinger. He drove that way down in there. White flag in the air. As Yates got into Bittinger, now Cooper going to go for the slider. Had to really roll off the throttle right there. Lost some momentum. And this is all Bittinger's race to win right here through 3 and 4. And he's going to hang on and pick up the win in the season finale. Cooper, Yates, Boyd, and Rundle going to finish in that top 5. Good finish right there, and a great run. Shane Yates got a good run down into the corner, just barely tapped Bittinger, and I'm really happy for Bittinger to see him hang on to that car and be able to pick up the win tonight. So we'll get ready to get down here and talk to the drivers, and I know we're going to get Boyd to come around and bring his car around as the champion. Yeah, he's going to park it back a little ways for us, and then he'll roll it in when it's his turn, I know. But we'll wait just a second to see if the drivers get in here quickly. I know Cooper already here. Bittinger. And Yates. So let's get Shane Yates up here and chat with him real quick. Shane Yates, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Technical problems early in the heat race, I take it.
Yeah, I couldn't hear nothing, man, and there was no sound, so I couldn't tell when I was spinning or not, and it really screwed with me.
Well, we saw you come out late in the B main, and you were actually cutting some pretty good laps. We figured you'd be a car to watch. He drove from the back, got up here to third. Tell us about that restart and going into 3 and 4, coming to the white flag.
Yeah, I was just trying to throw a slider on Kobe because I knew I could clear him, but I didn't think I was going to throw it that hard to where I could catch Scott. So I barely tipped him, and I checked up, try to let him gather his car back up. Cause I would have hated that if I spun him out, man. Him leading the whole race and then end up getting into him, spinning him out. That would suck,
Well, sounds like you got your hands full back there behind you anyway, but a fun season this time around in the UMPs. We've seen a lot of action, and we've talked to you several times. What do you think about them bringing this car back for another season?
They're good cars, man. I like them. Just had a lot of bad luck in them. Either when I do get started up front, I have issues, and then when I got to start in the back, sometimes we get these good green runs. You don't think you're ever going to get a caution, and that hurt. The guy out front, he's got the lead. It's hard to chase, like especially if Scott's like, he's consistent. So it's going to be hard to chase him down if it stays green. But that's good racing.
Well, a fun season nonetheless. You come home third tonight. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a hard-earned podium finish.
Yeah, just thank you guys for putting this league on and broadcasting it for us, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Shane. Look forward to seeing you back next season, buddy.
See you, man.
Shane Yates finishes third. Let's go talk to Colby Cooper. Is going to be second in the race tonight. He's going to finish second in the points, but he did go out and win his heat race. Colby Cooper, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, Roger.
Well, you're going to come up just a little bit short. Winning the heat race, he raced everything and made it 0-0, but then Boyd comes right back in the next one and wins. What were your thoughts after that happened?
Man, it's just a part of it, I had my nights, he had his nights. I paid somebody $100 to take him out, but they didn't do it, so I have to try to get my refund on that. But congrats from Garrett on the win on the points championship. It was a hell of a fun season.
Well, you got around, you got up to second, and I said right before the green fell that if Bittinger got out front, it would be really tough for all you guys to run him down because he was fast in the heat, and he's just been steadily improving. And it kind of proved to be right. On to the restart with 2 to go. What were your thoughts? How are you going to try to get up there and put a stamp on the season by at least picking up a win tonight? I know you came up short, but what were you thinking before the green dropped?
Honestly, I had 2 thoughts. One was go into turn 1, throw a bomb, or I was just going to play it safe, and hopefully Scott messed up. And I played it safe. Shane got it underneath me. Threw a bomb in turn 3, got into Scott, so I dove to the bottom. I was trying to get under both of them, but Scott had enough get up to keep on going, so I just hang on for second. That's all I could do, man.
Well, an awesome season nonetheless, and I guess if you got to lose a points title to anybody, your teammate's the guy that you kind of hope to do it to. A little bittersweet knowing that you won some races this season?
Oh, for sure. It was a blast this season, man. This series is fun to race. Once again, congrats to Garrett on the win. Congrats to Scott for winning tonight. It was a blast.
Well, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a little bit. I know second is the first loser, but nonetheless, after a season like this, you got to be pretty happy.
Oh, for sure. I'd like to thank my wife, my daughter, GRT Race Cars, GB Designs, Grand Garage, and Beware Powerhouse.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Great season, and good luck in the next one.
Thank you, and appreciate you broadcasting, Roger.
I hope he gets his $100 back.
Me too. We're going to talk about that later. Colby Cooper, your second place finisher. And he comes in tonight. He spoils the party for the 2 points leaders, but a not unexpected win for the 69 machine. Scott Bittinger, how you feeling, buddy?
Sweaty, stinky, hot.
Okay, about the race. I was strictly talking about. I'm just kidding, man. An awesome run. I got to say that I did say before this whole thing started, if you got out front, you're going to be hard to run down. And, man, you didn't make a liar out of me. But with 2 to go, a restart, they're never fun. What were your thoughts when you got ready to kick it into gear and go at the green flag?
Well, on the start there, I seen Colby and Garrett was right behind me, and I was like, man, I don't know how this is going to go. I wanted to start on the outside, but obviously I was lined up on the inside, and I knew Colby got around me up high. I was done. If Garrett got around me down low, I was done. And I knew I had to get through that pack and try and gap them. That worked in my favor, and then that caution, I was just defeated. like it took the wind out of the sails, and I was like, man, that puts everything back to equal. Only advantage is single file restart, and they're hard to do. I tried to kind of line it up to where I was putting those guys in the slick on takeoff, which of course I started myself in the slick too. But I tried to get to the grip as quick as I could so that they would spin tires more. It kind of worked, but also Shane threw that in there, and we made contact. That's just good hard racing. Nothing there. Shane's a good driver, good clean driver. So I mean, dang, what a night.
Well, a win in the street stocks last season or the season before, and I'm having trouble recollecting that. But you pick up a win in the umps, man. It's starting to come together, and you're starting to be there every week. What do you think about your chances for next season?
Well, my issue, like, I went back and looked at both seasons, and I've been starting slow. It's been taking me too long to get into the groove, and I mean, I podiumed the last 3 weeks, but it's too late in the season. I think I still clinched third place in points. I don't know if I caught either one of those two guys. They had a pretty good gap, but I gotta come out hot and stay out of trouble like I finished the season.
Well, we'll see if you can do that next season. I'm sure you got a few shout-outs before we let you get out of here tonight and celebrate a big victory.
Yeah, I want to dedicate this one to a real good buddy of mine. Him and his family got some bad news this morning, and this one goes to him. He loves this track, and he's showed me a lot of stuff on this track, and I wanted this one bad for him tonight, and so this one goes out to him. I got to thank all my teammates, the Team Outlaw, Sean Judson. He couldn't be here tonight. The whole duty joke is he's got work, so figured I'd let you guys in on that. Cole Duggar, he's helped me a lot. I thank him. I got to thank KDC Photography. I got to thank Juddy Designs. Awesome looking cars. Speed Ranch Speed Shop. Got to give them a shout out. I got to thank my wife and kids. This weekend has been awesome. I got to take my son hunting. He shot a really nice buck for him, and it's just been an awesome weekend. I just got home today. Didn't get much time to practice, so yeah, it's...
Well,
wow.
we couldn't tell you didn't have a whole lot of practice. You made the 69 car look super fast tonight. Congrats on the big win, and good luck going into next season.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you guys for the broadcast. Thank you to all the sponsors for the league. Hopefully they'll return. Congratulations to Garrett, Colby, Shane, Cole. I think that was the top 5, including myself. A great job to the admins of this league. Thanks to you guys for the awesome broadcast each and every week. We really appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you to begin season number 2.
Yes, sir. Thank you much.
Scott Bittinger, your race winner. Let's go ahead and get the man of the hour, Reed Rundle, in here, and we're going to grab Garrett Boyd, and we're going to tell Garrett that he probably should go ahead and drive that car around onto the front stretch and put it right there in front of the winner's circle, because we're looking at him clear down in turn number 4. I don't know what he's doing over there.
Trying to get this thing to start. Hold on.
Probably looking for an alligator or something. Who knows? But
he already started drinking. What are you talking about?
I'm not. Yeah, he was over there hanging out with the fans in the fan zone, getting a little champagne or a little something else in Florida. Either way, I am quite convinced that the driver of the B21 picked up the title. Mr. Rundle, you want to make it official?
Yes, sir. It looks like top 3 were Mr. Boyd, Mr. Cooper, and Mr. Bittinger. Pretty much all season they ran really good and really clean, and yep, it should do it.
Well, we know that it got zeroed out when Cooper went out and won his heat race, and then Boyd comes right back out and answers by winning his heat race and stretched it all the way back out. And going into the feature, basically, Cooper probably would have had to win, and Boyd almost would have had to have a DNF not to pick up the title. Is that correct?
Well, it always comes down to where that drop week falls in too. I jumped off and went and looked at the points real quick. Neither one of or both of them got bonus points for tonight, for incident, under 4. And as far as the championship thing go, I believe it was about 4 points. So, one or two positions could have made the difference, with the drop week. So it's always interesting when we have that works in too. So.
Well, an exciting finish nonetheless, and I know he would have liked to have been on the podium to put a big stamp on it. But Garrett Boyd, congratulations on the season championship.
Thank you. We had a little bit of scuff with Reed earlier in the race, and that kind of hampered us a little bit. Bent the front end up, so it's kind of hard to get a rhythm back after that.
Yeah, you were right there. You were battling 2-3 wide. You had one of your teammates with you, and Reed was right there. And the next thing I know, we went to the front to see if the gap was closing, and we come back and you were 6 or 7 car lengths behind, and apparently that was from that contact.
Yeah, it was just racing and running out of room. I think we were almost 4 wide. I think that's what Reed was saying. So it happens. Would rather had it happen earlier on in the season and have a bad night than tonight. So, but it is what it is.
Well, consistency being the key, you bring the 21 to the top, man. How was the season, and what are you looking forward to going into next season?
It's the most fun I've ever had in league races. It seems the racing's always pretty close, and hopefully we can keep that going into next season and maybe repeat. I'm not sure.
Well, awesome season, man, and you come out with the big trophy tonight. I'm sure you got a list of people that you'd like to thank.
Yeah, first off, Reed for putting this thing on, and all the sponsors for putting it together, and then 1-8 Electric, Mike Layden Flooring and Remodel, Grand Garage, Field Point Energy Services, my mom, Kelsey, and my grandma.
All right, man. Congratulations, and I will look forward to seeing you back on track sooner versus later.
Hopefully.
All right, man. Thanks again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Garrett Boyd, your season champion. All right, Mr. Rundle, give us some insight. What's coming up for next season?
Well, we're going to go back to the street stocks, which is our main car. During the summer, we always try and switch it up. Who knows what we'll do in spring, but we'll go back to the street stocks. Format will go back pretty much to what we had last season. We had a lot of success with a lot of cars last season. It was a little disappointing seeing these last few weeks with the car counts dwindling, but end of the summer, end of the season, people start to get a little discouraged if they're not in the points and stuff like that. We kind of figure that in, but we'll take at least a week. I got to talk to a couple people and everything. We don't know if we're going to come back on the 23rd or possibly wait a couple weeks and take a little break, but I'll be getting with you on that and let you know what we're going to do and stuff like that. But yeah, street stocks will come back for Sunday nights like we ran the first few seasons, and we're looking forward to that too.
All right, well, you and I will have a chat. We'll figure out when your start date is. We'll get it all announced up on the page here, get your official start times and everything onto the calendar, and we'll go from there. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us and coming back. This has got to be about 5 or 6 seasons now, right?
Well, if you count the other league that we had for a few years or a few seasons that I had, I think this is 5, if not 6. And the reason we come back is because of you and your team. I mean, you guys put on a heck of a great show. Hopefully our racing has merited, that too, as far as overall how we put this show together and stuff like that. But we appreciate you, and sticking with you has been pretty much a no-brainer, and we appreciate you sticking with us too.
All right. Well, I look forward to talking to you about next season, and we're bringing some new talent to the network, so you may get a little bit of new talent. You never know.
No, we don't mind the old talent, but nothing wrong with some new. And we look forward to obviously DSRL and the Dirt Racing Network combined with us as far as the partnership and everything else. And it's been good. We've been doing good, and we'll try and keep it going that way for you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, Reed, and congratulations on another great season.
Yeah, it wasn't a good season for me, but appreciate it, and we'll talk to you all later.
All right, that was Reed Rundle, admin for the series. You heard him. He'll be back. We're not sure if it's going to be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. He and I will get it discussed up. We'll figure out who's going to cover that show, and then we'll get everything announced. But right now, let's look at tonight's official standings. It was Bittinger, Cooper, and Yates, 1, 2, 3. Your season champion, Garrett Boyd, in 4th. Reed Rundle 5th, Peter Bree 6th. Colt Collins comes home in 7th. 8th went to Andrew Humphrey. Buddy Ware, late incident for him, relegates him to a 9th place finish, and he was running pretty good as things were going there, running in the top 4, and found the yellow tires there at pit road entry in turn number 4 late in this one. Zach Krieger and Jacob Schmutz did not make the call for the feature. They will score in at 10th and 11th. Another great season for these guys in the books. And I know, Cody, you weren't here for a whole lot of it, but you did get to see a couple of these races. And, even with it being modifieds, which I have to admit are not one of my favorite cars, was actually really good racing all year long, and they had a whole lot of action throughout the season.
Yeah, I know the handful of races that I did see for at least the last 2-3 weeks. It was really good racing. I know some of these other guys I've actually raced with, like Boyd and them guys in other leagues too. They're all good, nice, respectful, good, clean racers. So you can expect that action when you see those names pop up.
Well, we'll have to find out what new talent is going to cover these guys, if it will be new talent. When they get back to starting up, but we won't know until we know when they're going to start. We'll have to work that all out. Hopefully we can bring a couple more people in and we can start covering more. But right now it's at 9. I got messages today for 2 more. Well, one yesterday, one today for 2 more. So we'll see how that works. It could be 11 in the next 5 days that we're going to start looking at. But either way, been a heck of a season. We really appreciate Midwest Dirt Racing for sticking with us, allowing us to cover the race. Can't wait for next season. Tuesday night's our next show. PRO. They're 360 wingless sprint cars. I'm not even sure what track they're at, so I can't tell you guys. And then Thursday we're back for the Mighty Midgets. Until we get things started with DSRL and ADS, our Mondays and Wednesdays are kind of open right now, so we'll wait for all that to get kicking. We'll find some new talent. I think Zach's going to come back and start covering some stuff pretty quick, and I know Dominic is looking forward to the Monday stuff. I've kind of stayed in contact with him a little bit, so we'll see how that all goes. But this week, kind of sparse. Tuesdays, Thursdays, the rest of this one. And we'll kick it back off next Sunday night with Down and Dirty to get things going for that week. But for Cody Olson, Zach Krieger, Dominic Santina, and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, I know you guys can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to watch it here. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you mark your calendars for our next show.